And it's sad that they actually believe that. So give a listen because the delusional need love too.
I've owned my company for 14 years now, and I can tell you that payroll is a 4-letter word. I hate doing it. It eats up hours I don't have, and it costs me money I could be saving. But my accountant's too expensive, and I'm not sure who to call, but I know I need help.
We're Paychex, and we take all the hassles out of small business payroll. We save you time and money. It's easy. Call, fax, or give us your payroll information securely online, and we take care of the rest. We calculate the correct taxes, manage payments and direct deposits. We even send out your checks. Payroll doesn't need to be a 4-letter word anymore. We're so sure that we can save you time and money that we'll give you a month's payroll free. Just for calling 877-887-4991. Get 1 month's payroll for free. Call Paychex right now. 877-887-4991. That's 877-887-4991.
I know you're watching, so pay attention. You hate my freedom, my religion, and my country. You hate me for speaking my mind. You try to control me with violence and intimidation. You think you can muzzle me with fear? Don't ever confuse me for my politicians or my media. I am an American, free-born and free-bred, and I will call you out for who you are. An Islamic extremist who would kill me for my beliefs. You don't intimidate me. My freedom is more powerful than anything you can possibly do, and I will never, never surrender my rights to your terror. I will say what I think, worship according to my beliefs, and raise my children how I see fit, and I defend it all with the Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States. I cower to no one, because I am the National Rifle Association of America, and I am freedom's safest place.
That almost
Powerful words.
makes me think about joining the NRA again.
If only they weren't so anti-open
Not
carry.
quite. Yeah. Well, no, come on now. Come on.
Cox came out and said they were there from the beginning.
Yes, Cox.
Just like
they are the leaders. They have been the leaders.
Can I tell you
in front, Brian, of the open carry movement in this country?
Can I tell you about the NRA?
Yeah, please tell me about them.
Well, you may be aware that
they finally showed up to the march that we do every year.
Yeah, finally.
In Lansing. Finally.
And they actually paid money for a booth, but that's good. So when I was helping organize the Washington, D.C. gun rights rally in 2010 through the Second Amendment March, we begged and pleaded with the NRA, and they would have nothing to do with us. They said, we're afraid that there will be some disaster and somebody will start shooting something, and we don't want to be involved at all. And we actually met with Wayne LaPierre at a talk in Michigan, and our now president of the Second Amendment March gave a presentation about our rally, trying to raise funds and stuff for it. And Wayne LaPierre came up to her and said, good luck with your little rally. And then walked away.
Yeah.
But the minute it looked like it was going to be successful and it was going to be a go, the NRA came to us and said, can we set up a booth at your rally in D.C.? And, and then they started taking credit for it, which is what they do.
Yep.
It's just like they taken credit with the open carry movement, which they were against when it started, and I started it, and you helped start it in 2007 and 8.
In Michigan.
Yep. And they were absolutely opposed to it because it was in the face and it was going to set gun rights back. And all of a sudden now, we were there from the very beginning.
Yep. I mean, they were around. They were certainly around, but they were a hell of a lot more of a hindrance.
Well, they
than a help.
actually stopped a bill in Florida. Florida was trying to get an open carry law, and the NRA came in and said, no, we don't want that.
How will we make any money on licensing?
Right. So
here's okay. Full disclosure, I didn't know you were going to play that right coming back from the break.
Yeah.
I brought it up because I wanted to make the point that I've been hearing these ads, and apparently they're like a year old or so. I've been hearing these ads on local radio.
Yeah.
They're pretty powerful, and a lot of them don't mention guns like until the end when they say like I protect it with the Second Amendment. We're the NRA. They're pretty.
15 or 20 of them with different people.
They've got one about the IRS, and they're pretty bold. They talk about it being secret police and arresting people and threatening them with guns to take their money. And I'm like, who is this organization that's like standing for freedom now?
What's going on?
Well, if freedom's cool now, I guess
maybe they're starting to get the message, and I think gun owners in general are starting to. We're trying to get rid of the FUDs, those that are the hunters,
the NRA.
We guns are good and everything, but you shouldn't be able to carry them.
I've got a shotgun.
We should have background checks, and not everybody should have guns. Blah blah blah. And constitutional carry is terrible. We don't want that. But I have a shotgun and I hunt, so I'm a Second Amendment supporter.
Yep, I got an NRA hat.
Oh boy. Well. How about
so that went in a different direction than I had intended. But it's absolutely true. Everything we said is
now. Speaking about guns, 1980, 36 years ago on this day, John Lennon was shot with a .38 caliber revolver.
There ought to be a law
by Mark David Chapman.
Who's John Lennon?
John Lennon played with a group called the Beatles.
Who are the Beatles?
They were very popular in the 1960s. He was shot by an obsessed fan in New York City who apparently was obsessed with, what's her name? The actress that was in Silence of the Lambs. And
Bono?
She's a lesbian. What's her name?
I have no idea.
Come on, you know who.
No, I don't even know
really?
who the Beatles are.
I can't think of her name now.
I don't know.
He saw Taxi Driver, and she was in that as a 12-year-old girl who Robert De Niro had an infatuation with, and he was an assassin of a political figure. He shot Lennon at close range. He bled out. Chapman had an autograph by Lennon earlier in the day.
Yeah, there's actually a picture of Chapman getting Lennon's autograph, which is kind of eerie. It's one of those.
You can go on Google Earth and type in Dakota building, and you'll see the building where
Jodie Foster?
Jodie Foster. There we go.
That was from one of our loyal listeners.
Right. So I never answered the trivia question.
No, you didn't. I was going to let you finish. Are you done with this day in history?
Well, yeah, anyway.
John Lennon died.
Everybody was sad. All right, so 87-year-old Democratic Rebecca Latimer Selton held what distinction in the political arena? We had one pretty good listener.
Really close,
Said Congress.
First woman in Congress.
She was the first woman to become a U.S. Senator when she was appointed by the governor of Georgia to serve the remaining days of a vacated Senate seat, November 21st, 1922.
Wow.
So there you go, first woman senator. All right, that's all I got to say about that.
That's good. Let's move on. Where are we at?
We're down here around...
Do you see...
Muslim terrorists.
That's old news. So he shot everyone, but didn't
shot. It was a knife.
Didn't shoot anybody. But we need gun control. So,
but did you see all the people that came out in support of him? Oh, you can't blame him.
Well, no, I mean, so he was literally just
trying to kill a bunch of people. He was the victim.
He was literally just looking for a safe place, and Ohio State University did not provide him with a safe place.
There were nobody with diaper pins on their lapels.
You know what? I met one today.
No,
in real life.
No,
someone. She was there. She had a diaper pin on. I didn't know what to do.
In what capacity? In public or in your workplace?
Yeah, she said paper or plastic.
So it was Walmart.
Yeah, No, it was Meijer.
Yeah,
which most of the country doesn't know what that is.
No, it's regional.
It's Walmart, except better.
Yeah,
and no, it was.
Think that you sure she just wasn't like a breastfeeding mother that had one in handy? Nobody uses
I don't-
diaper pins anymore.
I don't
Very
know
few
if
people
she
do.
was. It was on her Meyer polo, not where it would make any. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
That's what
she
it was
didn't
for.
just have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't feel safer.
You should have hugged her and said, "I feel safe."
Yeah,
You get assault charges.
so I was I was waiting in line and had a lot of time to think, and I had a lot of things run through my head that I was going to say.
Like, God, this is a lot of liquor. I have a problem.
Yeah, that
Why am I
was
buying all this?
mostly. But then I saw the safety pin and I said, she won't judge me. This is perfect.
She
She's
won't.
not going to judge me.
Perfect person.
She's a safe person.
You had your Trump pin on.
This is good. I wish I don't have one because I'm not really
Make
supporter.
America great again, or else.
Yeah, those were. I was thinking about how I could be an ass.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I just kind of moved on. But anyway,
I made
What was the
a graphic. I had a holster and a handgun in a holster with a belt in black silhouette, and I put a safety pin on it. I said, "Here's your safe place."
yeah.
I think that was a good one. All right. So your pet peeve, you love dogs. I love
I do.
dogs.
I don't love cats so much, so this is only half upsetting to me.
Yeah.
But
I have a
it's just-
cat and a dog.
This came up in a conversation. I don't remember on Facebook.
Well, it's
with one of
about
our
what
listeners or
PETA
something,
is
but-
really about.
Yeah, and I've always, I mean, never once did I think PETA was a good
And
organization.
the American
but
Humane
I just-
Society is horrible, too.
not this bad.
Well, they're
Not
very
nearly.
anti-hunting and
They-
anti-fishing.
Yeah, as far as freedom and those sorts of things, but PETA literally euthanizes very close to 100% of the animals that go into their shelter.
In air quotes.
Rescued.
Rescued.
I mean, quite. So this was updated February 9th, 2015.
Right.
So these were numbers from
Year or so.
2014.
Yeah.
Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services.
Yeah.
Uh,
Final numbers.
1,606 cats were taken in. 1,536 of them euthanized.
Wow.
1,025 dogs taken in, 788 euthanized.
'Cause people
They
like
had
dogs better than cats.
16 cats and 23 dogs adopted.
Yeah.
16 cats
Yeah.
out of the 1,600 cats.
Right. They're
and
not
23
about,
dogs.
They're not about saving animals.
And they give some crap about they're unsocialized dogs.
Oh yeah.
I-
They're troubled.
I bet if
You
you give me
adopted
some
your dogs.
time,
And they're just fine.
I could fix them, right? I mean, people like Caesar Milan, right, the dog whisperer.
Yes,
It's not magic
Caesar.
what he does with unsocialized dogs.
No.
It's not magic.
No.
I mean, everything you see on TV isn't exactly what happens, but it's ridiculous.
There was a show when he couldn't do one, and I think he shot it with a 22, right?
Yeah.
Right on air.
Well,
Boom.
he's
this one cannot be saved.
He's said and he's been doing it for years. I think two dogs.
He
It
couldn't
was a really
rescue.
low number. 2 dogs he recommended being euthanized because of that.
Yeah.
2. And you're telling me that somehow PETA only has dogs that are worse than every single dog that Caesar Milan has seen?
Well, it costs money to keep them, you know.
Well, that's
and-
part.
and
It costs money. Let's think about that. I don't know, how much did they get in donations? 50 million?
Let's see what their CEO makes.
So Ingrid Newkirk is her name.
Yeah.
She is absolutely insane. She's a felon, which doesn't mean much, but
Right.
she's insane. She has no problem destroying property. She has no problem killing animals.
Well,
I don't know. I think she likes it.
Well,
And
what
it
happened?
really disappoints me.
Even in our state, Michigan State University, when they had an animal rights group go in there and destroy mink. They had some mink research going in there, and they killed 150 mink or something because they burned a building down.
Yep. Yeah, how?
Jesus.
What do they think? Because they'll go like not Rodeo Drive, but places like Rodeo Drive where there's like really expensive fur shops, and they'll throw red paint all over everything. What do you think those businesses are going to do? They're going to go buy
More fur.
to replace it. So you just killed 2 fur animals. I don't know what animals you get fur from. So I mean, mink is probably is a good one. I don't know what else.
Porcupine is a big popular.
Well, that's
You got to be careful which side you put it on.
for the punk rockers.
You do not want to turn it inside out.
That's actually kind of cool.
Because they get prickly.
That would be kind of cool, actually. Put that on a jacket.
Porcupine?
Yeah.
I think that'd be a great sexual assault uniform.
there you go. Hey, a hell of a lot better than a safety pin.
Yeah, who's going to rape you with a porcupine suit on? Nobody. Well, maybe a great horned owl.